All good morning, Jugender Rana here. The topic for the day is insurance coverage for students. Insurance coverage for abroad student. See, when a student from Lucknow moved to Canada to study business administration at a private college in Quebec, she thought she had her future sorted. But in 2023, the college shut down after running out of funds. With no alternative, so that student had to return to India and her family had to pay for a return flight and resettlement. Now, to protect against such experiences, Indian insurers are now offering travel plans that cover events like visa cancellation, university closure, and job loss. The risks that were not usually accounted for in traditional student insurances. Now, what is covered in these new insurance policies? So, for Indians, a student studying abroad, for Indian students studying abroad, navigating potential visa cancellation or loss or job losses requires specialized insurance coverage. Most plans still revolve around emergency medical coverage, but newer offerings also cover situations that disrupt a student's academic stay abroad. For instance, if a university is declared insolvent, some insurance policies may cover the student's cost for temporary accommodation and a one-way economy ticket home. For the same applies if their visa is revoked as a result of the university closure. So this coverage typically kicks in once the student has entered the host country. In the event the university becomes insolvent during the course, policies cover accommodation, expenses, and return travel to India. Now, what are the limitations and exclusions of the policy? That is important to understand. Like all insurance, these policies comes with exclusions. Some insurers restrict coverage for students going to countries with diplomatic tension and immigration instability. Policy issuance may be limited in such cases. Students should always read the policy documents carefully. General exclusions often include self-inflicted injury or suicide, injuries sustained during adventure sports, terrorism and war-related incidents, the visa revocation due to a student's own fault, such as academic misconduct, disciplinary issues, or exceeding work hour limits, is excluded from coverage. Immigration restrictions or visa bans imposed by the destination country are also not covered. Similarly, if the student fails to meet course requirement, or engage in illegal activity, the insurer will deny the claim. So the fine print on job loss and reimbursement is important. Job loss is not automatically included in most student insurance packages, but some insurers offer it as an optional add-on. It's intended for involuntary job loss, like layoffs due to restructuring or company short shutdowns. It would apply to poor performance or resignations. Reimbursements linked to university insolvency usually include one-way return airfare and temporary lodging. Our coverage is capped often at $7,500 and only applicable in certain circumstances. For instance, HDFC Ergo only provides repatriation in case of accidental death. Medical evacuation is covered during health emergencies. So to file a claim under these policies, students typically need a declaration confirming compliance with university rules, a copy of the complaint filed against the university, original receipts for travel and lodging expenses, a valid visa showing the same university name, for medical or death related claims, original bills and prescriptions, hospitals or physician's certificate, death certificate or police FIR if applicable. Most claims take 7 to 30 working days to be processed, depending on the insurer and whether all required documents are submitted. So some insurers offer the on-the-move policy for students, which includes coverage for return travel and accommodation in case of medical emergencies, natural calamities or family issues. The plan also covers up to $1 million in medical expenses and offers benefits like trip cancellation, loss of personal belongings and study interruptions. This kind of policy is issued by Digit Insurance. Now, Care Health Insurance has two products, Student Explorer and Student Explorer Health Unlimited. This covers medical and dental care, mental health and sponsor protection, bail bond assistance, unlimited sum insured in some plans, and coverage for trip interruptions, liabilities and study disruptions. Reliance General's student travel insurance includes coverage for medical evacuation, passport loss, trip delays, and emergency repatriation. Life-threatening pre-existing condition may also be covered if declared in advance. Niva Bupa's travel insurance student plan offers hospitalization, outpatient treatment, and maternity benefits as an option. The plan also includes sponsor protection, study interruption, and compensation for lost baggage or documents. Now, what is excluded? Across most policies, the following are excluded, like self-harm or substance abuse, pre-existing conditions not disclosed earlier, illegal activity or criminal charges, travel to countries under advisories or sanctions, medical travel against the advice of a doctor. Premiums vary depending on age of the student, destination country, trip duration, and coverage selected. The more Indian students pursuing higher education in countries like the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, the need for robust insurance coverage has grown. Traditional international insurance policies are often expensive and do not cover to the specific needs of Indian students. So on average, Indian policies cost about one-third of what university-sponsored plan abroad might charge. For example, a $1 lakh sum insured policy for 2 years might cost around rupees 33,000 in India, whereas similar plans provided overseas can easily exceed rupees 3 lakh annually. We have seen more and more students and their parents choosing plan with coverage between $1 lakh and $5 lakh, and in some cases even up to $1 million. This is a clear shift from earlier years when students settled for minimal mandatory coverage. Many students are seeking more comprehensive plans that provide extensive medical coverage, protection against trip cancellation, and emergency evacuation services. Typically, students select coverage plans with a sum insured between rupees 1 and 2 lakh. However, when students take loans for their education, many loans recommend opting for plans with a higher sum insured. ICICI Lombard's Globetrotter Overseas Individual Student Travel Insurance Policy offers flexible plans tailored to students' needs. Multiple plan variants are available with different coverages. Students can get add-on covers such as maternity, cancer, screening, treatment of alcoholism and drug dependency, and medical cover for intercollegiate injuries in plus plans. But despite the economic benefits, students hesitate to take Indian policies and opt for foreign policies as suggested or mandated by universities. Choosing insurance and covers is country dependent. For study in the US, students are opting for insurance policies that provide visa revocation support and job loss support. Students are also actively looking for assist cover, which come in handy in case there is a visa cancellation, etc. So Indian insurers are finding it very difficult to benchmark against global rivals in terms of their offerings and support. Students are recommended to take a 3 to 4 week overseas travel policy and then take one associated with their university of choice. So companies work with a lot of students who go to the US, and if they take a policy that their university recommends, then settlement is easy to Indian insurers. Indian insurers are offering all kinds of discounts to new students. Rising healthcare costs, visa revocation and travel disruptions have posed problems for students studying abroad, for those planning to pursue overseas education. So insurance companies are offering tailor-made student travel policies to meet evolving needs, while some insurers allow students to choose a range of benefits and additional covers based on their needs. Others provide accommodation expenses and return travel costs if the insured is advised to leave suddenly by the authority where they are studying. Radhika Saran, a student who is studying in Ireland, opted for an India student travel insurance policy last year, and it was of great help to her. He says, "My medical expenses were all covered and the settlement was seamless. My policy is much cheaper than the global insurances available here. I purchased a flexible policy and selected add-ons like emergency funds access as well." So the demand for student insurance policy has been a substantial increase over the past year, in sync with the rising number of Indian students heading overseas. The US and Canada continue to dominate as top destinations, but we have also seen exponential growth in demand for countries like the UK and parts of Europe, particularly Germany. On average, Indian policies cost about one-third of what university-sponsored plans abroad might charge. Thank you. Thank you very much.